Well, hello there. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. What we do here is we take a look at a can of beer, a bottle of beer, or sometimes a spirit will drop by. We read the label, we check out the artwork, and we crack it open to see if it meets expectations. Okay, what we've got here, this is from the Threes Brewing Company here in Brooklyn. It is called Hereafter. H-E-R-E, after, hereafter, as in the hereafter, I guess. Hope it's not a killer beer. It's an Oktoberfest Lager, 1 pint. You see here the Surgeon General's warning me not to operate heavy machinery, which I have no intentions of, and if I'm pregnant I shouldn't drink this. I don't have to worry about that either. Brewed and packaged by Threes Brewing Company. What does it say? 55 Railroad Avenue, Garnersville, New York. Huh. Wow, that's a surprise to me. The last one I opened up over the other ephemera was, maybe they brew this up at a brewery up there. I don't know. Well, surprise, surprise. 5.5% alcohol by volume. It says nothing about bittering units or anything like that. $5.99 at the local beer barn. If there's any other information I can find, it will be in the description box below. All right, an Oktoberfest Lager. Okay, copper color, deep copper color, nice body, a little bit sweet, not too hoppy. If there is hops, it'll be in just a touch. A nice thick head of bubbles, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Regular old Oktoberfest. Let's crack this open and see if it meets those expectations. All right, one thing I always do, I always use the same style of glass for all of the beers. That way they don't have a leg up when it looks for clarity or aromatics. Well, that's kind of a pale Oktoberfest, but at least it's crystal clear. I was a little worried there that everybody was putting out beers with haze. All right, this is an Oktoberfest Lager, so all beers should be served at the correct temperature. Lagers between 40 to 45 degrees temperature, ales 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. I click right up there and I'll let you know exactly what temperature to serve your beer. Since this is an Oktoberfest, it should be a lager, so it's 40 to 45. Let's take a look. And we're at 49. I always use a thermopen to see if my beers are at the correct serving temperature. There is a link down in the description box so that you can get your own. All right. Most people do, when they do their tastings, they look at it, they sniff it, they sip it, and then let you know what they think. Well, what I do is I look at it, I sip it first, and then sniff it, and then figure out what I've got in the glass. I'll let Master Sommelier Fred Dex explain it all to you. He does it a lot better than I can. All right, well, it looks like an Oktoberfest, a little blonde for an Oktoberfest. It's got a nice head on it. Cheers. You'll notice I took 2 sips. The reason I do that, the first one acclimates the taste buds. They got no idea what's coming. And so when they get the first swig, boy, they're going, what happened? And it takes them a while. And the second sip, they know what to look for and can deconstruct it a lot better. First observation is I noticed that it was a very light-colored Oktoberfest. Well, it is also a very light-bodied Oktoberfest. I was expecting it to be a little bit sweeter, but, well, it's not quite. So let's go in for the first nosedive. Well, there is that it's got the right aroma to it. There is some hop to it, but the aromatics there. It has a little bit of sweetness to it, but which is not in the body of the beer. One more sip. Well, does Threes Brewing Hereafter Oktoberfest Lager meet hold on here. Instead of calling it Oktoberfest, they call it an Oktoberfest Lager. So that should have keyed me off as to the lightness of it. Oh, okay. Well, if I put more emphasis on the lager, it just meets expectations. Yeah. But if I'm thinking of it as an Oktoberfest, it didn't quite cut it. So if I read the lager on there into it, yes, it did meet expectations. If you enjoy this type of presentation, please click on the subscribe button and the bell. That way you won't miss any of our presentations, and a comment would really be appreciated. I'm Pete LaFrance, the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.